Daily cycles are an extremely powerful tool for many reasons. One of them being the fact that you can increase the risk to reward of your trades dramatically. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get into it. Now, when you think off the top of your head about the benefits of daily cycles, you'll probably come up with the fact that you can very, very accurately call the lows of sessions before they actually expand. You also have a very good understanding using daily cycles of which sessions are likely to get swept out. So in a London protraction, Asia session gets swept. Maybe in a New York reversal, we're looking for London low to get swept. And you also have a very good understanding of which sessions are going to hold. So like in this example, we have a New York continuation. We expect London to hold. You also have a very good and detailed image of the daily power of free expansion, right? Because on its own, you'll be looking at the power of free like this. But with the daily cycles, you understand where price is going to consolidate and what time period is going to consolidate, like in a London protraction where we have a consolidation in Asia. You also understand which sessions are likely to contribute to the expansion of the candle, where we're going to get retracements, during the day. You're going to get a very detailed image of the daily power of free with daily cycles. Now, these are all true. However, they only really cover where you're going to be either looking for sweep of liquidity or actually getting the entry of your trades. And through experience, I have realized that the best way to increase the risk to reward is by being able to hold your trades for longer, by being able to let your winners run. And to do this, we want to really focus on the exits of your trades, right? Where are you taking profits? Let's focus on a London protraction for a minute. So let's say we get the usual criteria where Asia consolidates, then London takes out that Asia's low, and then we expand towards a liquidity target. Now, does it make sense to manage your position at this liquidity target and potentially take profits? Yes, it makes perfect sense to do that. However, you will see, just like in this example that I've drawn here, many, many times price will reach your liquidity target, but then continue to run to the upside. Now, don't get me wrong, there are going to be a lot of scenarios where you leave profits on the table and there isn't much that you can do about it. However, daily cycles is the alignment of price and time. And when we're taking profits and managing our positions purely based on a level of liquidity, we're only going off of one of those aspects. We're only going off of price. So it makes sense if we want to have super efficient exits of our trades that we go and we implement the aspect of time as well, because it serves us so well in every other aspect of our trading. So London kill zone starts at 7 a.m. This is Greenwich Mean Time, which is UK time, and it finishes at 10 a.m. Okay, and once price sets in this low and we start to expand, we can expect price to run until around 10 a.m. It's usually that last hour, so between 9 and 10. So let's say price reaches liquidity here at 8 a.m. or 8:30. There's still a lot of time left in the kill zone for price to run. So it would make sense that we go further than that liquidity target. Now, I'm not telling you to be greedy. It makes sense once you reach liquidity to manage the position. And if you're up a decent risk to reward, to actually take some profits off. However, knowing that price can run further, there is a way that you can capitalize on this without being greedy and without, just mindlessly holding on to a trade full volume. Now, through a lot of backtesting, I've actually discovered a sweet spot of when to take profits for every single daily cycle that allows you to capitalize on this move here when price runs past the liquidity. And in some of these examples, the risk reward can increase an insane amount. Really quickly, before we get to that specific timing, I want to show you this daily cycles flowchart I put together. It's going to take you step by step in identifying the daily cycles. So if you're trading London session, you follow the steps depending on what you're seeing on the charts. It'll take you through the daily cycles. And it even includes my entries, right? So you can steal my entry criteria. Same for New York. You follow these steps. It will take you through the daily cycles, depending on what you're seeing on the charts. And again, it includes my entries, so you can steal that and enter the trades just as I would. If you want access to this completely for free, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. Today, we're talking about London protraction. So I'm going to give you the key timing for taking profits for this. And it is actually 9:30. So if we have a look at this example here, you can see we have Asia's high and price has swept that obviously in the kill zone. We've then formed a 15-minute CSD, which was accompanied by a 15-minute inverted fair value gap. And this was actually my entry. I'll put the execution on screen in a minute. And essentially, I entered here. And first target, obviously, is going to be that liquidity. That is a target based upon price, right? That is a liquidity target on the chart that you can see. And the risk to reward there is decent, right? It's a 1 to 2. That's where you go break even. Maybe you take profits. However, we reached this target at 8 o'clock. we know that there's still a bunch of time left to run within the kill zone. So it makes sense to hold some profits until that key timing, which for me is 9:30. If we look, where is 9:30? Well, this here is the opening of the candle. So once it reaches 9:30, that's when you want to take profits. So the opening is down here, and you can just see this is a 1 to 2. And if you was to hold till 9:30, it's now a 1 to 4.8, right? So it's basically doubled your risk to reward. And yeah, you're getting a very, very efficient exit in the markets. You can see literally at 9:30, that's when the price retraced. Again, this was another trade that I took on Euro USD. I'll slap the execution up on the screen. You can see that London session, we take out Asia, and then we get a 5-minute CSD by 4 minutes bullish order block. And my entry was actually off of the following order block, which is the propulsion block. So my entry was there, stop loss was like there. And if we're going to base our targets purely off of price, right, we're going to choose this liquidity up here. However, we trade daily cycles, which is the alignment of price and time. It serves us very well. So we want to use time when it comes to exiting the trade. You can see this risk to reward here is great. It's a 1 to 3, right? It's fantastic. However, if we look, this here is 9:30. This is where 9:30 opens, and you would have increased that to a 1 to 4, right? So you're increasing your gains very, very nicely. This next example is on the dollar index. I don't have an execution to show you because I don't trade futures, but you can see London, we sweep out Asia's low. This is followed by a CSD, which is where you're going to actually go ahead and put your entry. And based, again, purely off of price, your target is going to be this old high up here, right? That is the liquidity on the chart. And that's about a 1 to 2. Again, the risk to reward is not bad. However, we reached this liquidity at 8:50, right? So we still have an hour left to run in the session. And if you were to hold it until 9:30, which is up here, right? This is the open of that 9:30 candle. You're going to increase your risk reward massively. Now, if you were to go and backtest this 9:30 timing yourself, you'll find there are a ton of examples where the exact high of London is at 9:30. However, this isn't always the case. Through the backtesting that I have done, I found that 9:30 encompasses the majority of London sessions. So it allows you to increase your risk to reward massively in the majority of London session plays, regardless of whether it was the exact high or not. So yeah, I've been using this timing for ages. It works very, very well for me. Now, if you want to learn all 8 of the daily cycles, how they form, the specific timings, I'm going to leave a second link in the description that's going to lead you to that. As always, I hope you found value in this video, and I will catch you on the next one.